Hello and welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. My name's Simon and this is my daily Bitcoin price action analysis. Happy Thursday to you all. Hope you've and the week so far has been a positive one. Still can't say the same for Bitcoin. Alas, that is. I mean, it could look worse, but it has a flavour of redness. Now, before I get straight into price action, I just want to remind you this is not financial advice. Anyway, so this is a daily chart for Bitcoin, which I'm not a candle guru or trader. I've said that many times, but it's got a chance to be a bullish engulfing from below the bottom of yesterday, but it's got to get back above. It's basically got to close around 64,000 to do that with only just 4 hours 40 minutes left to go. So might be a bit of a tall order, but just an interesting observation. For the rest of the price action analysis, for the next portion, I'm going to scoot down to the 4 hour. And as you can see, so following up on yesterday's video, which was done around here actually. So I was sort of looking at what could happen, and I looked at it in a bit more detail on a 15-minute time frame, but Bitcoin hasn't yet had another leg down, although I still do feel it's more likely. And momentum certainly is still to the downside. If you check in on my momentum indicator, which is a MACD, you can see it's still very much below the zero line. Don't pay too much attention to this value at the moment for when it is calculated to cross back above the zero line, because it's still quite far away and therefore that is not accurate. But it's still below the zero line, and therefore there's still momentum to the downside, although it's a little bit less. And I was talking about yesterday the bullish divergence that had occurred on the RSI here, but I did say for that to kind of play out in a manner that changes the character of this downtrend, I need to see it back above the midpoint around 50, and it hasn't quite done that yet, despite this move up, which we'll look at, or I'll look at in more detail on a 15-minute time frame. So it has made a move up for sure, creating a bit of a double bottom here, but bottoms are not things that I'm interested in trading, and there has been a move up, but is it the move that, people are looking forward to get a change in character from this downtrend and then back into an uptrend, remain within the range and not break down below? I'm not sure. But I can paint a bit more, or I can put a bit more color on the canvas on the 15-minute time frame. So I'll do that straight away. Let's do it right now. So yeah, you can see impulsive move down, consolidation, and then it didn't break, but this was obviously the start of the next move down, which didn't get any follow through, didn't get anywhere near this low. So this is now the sort of standing low, if you like, it goes up to about 4 hour. I don't think that would be a low on the daily. It might be, but it's more obvious on the lower time frames on the 4 hour. And you can see it is in I wouldn't call it impulsive trending move, but a trending move nonetheless, with a little trend line you can draw on something like this, representing one low, one higher low, only on the lower time frames at the moment, low time frames, and then maybe another couple of higher lows, this being clearly a very low time frame low, and it needs to get back above 64,000. Interesting for this to continue. That is also around about the same area as this little range high I had over here. And I think if it does get back above 64,000, particularly on a 4-hour time frame, you probably look for an assault on the midpoint. Excuse me. Probably some resistance there and a pullback, but it could easily trend up towards there on the lower time frames, have a pullback maybe to 50% down at sort of 26.5. 26.5? That doesn't sound right. Try 62.5, followed by another move to the upside, breaking the midpoint, and then, making a much better stand for further upside, fully back into the range, and then more likely to get back up into the 70s rather than slugging out in the 60s, which has been doing for a while now. So yeah, another important day. They're all important days in trading. I think just reflecting in general, switch back to the 4-hour. The range is still intact, and as I've been saying now for weeks on end, the longer this range remains intact, the better it looks for the next move on the higher time frames to be to the upside. And when I say on the higher time frames, I mean weekly really, but daily and weekly. Yeah, that still applies. And it's Thursday, so tomorrow's Friday. CME will close tomorrow around 9 o'clock, something like that, UK time. So, depending on where this closes today and then what happens tomorrow, could be another week on CME in this range of doom, as I'm going to call it. And that would then make, if it happens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is also this gap on CME, so will that get properly filled? So yeah, I did say 8 weeks maybe sideways several weeks ago, and looks like 5 might be on the cards. I am jumping the gun slightly there though, and there are several things that need to happen first, as I previously explained. So what time are we on? Oh, coming up for 8 minutes. So I think the take-home message is, nice bounce, and this has got the chance to turn into a trending move up, which would be a change in character from this downside, particularly if Bitcoin clears this trend line, and it's kind of trying to do that at the moment, and does something like this. Let's do a draw in. Wow, I haven't drawn on the chart in 8.5 minutes. Something going wrong. So, come on, pen, what's wrong with you? Up, down, up, maybe down. Maintain the uptrend. That would look very good for much more upside, but not there yet. So until that happens, and it's not there, as I've said many times. Until that happens, momentum is still to the downside, but it's just shifting slightly. The degree of momentum to the downside has eased off a bit, but the risk is still on. So anyway, do me a favour, if you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and if you've liked it in any way, shape or form, that would be great. And if you haven't enjoyed it, don't come back tomorrow, because I'll be doing it all again for Friday. All right, take care guys, enjoy the rest of your Thursday, bye bye.